Hey, what's up, my peoples? MGO here, the freaking geek himself, and it's time to just transform Dreamstar Toys Silverbolt. So without further ado, let's just transform it. So the first thing we want to do is just take the fist, and you want to rotate it palm up. And you want to take this section here, take it and swing it up, and just push this fist through, bring that up. Then you want to take this assembly here and just unpeg it. It's not easy to do, but there we go. Just unpeg that, get that out of the way, because that will allow you to take this panel here and flip that out. You want to take this section here, the circular section, and just flip that all the way up. And then you just want to straighten the arm out on just double hinges. And we need to pop his head up, and we need to undo this little backpack here. Just kind of wiggle all this around and undo it. Drop it down. You want to take this section right here. It's pegged in. Just pop this up. Get a lot of this stuff hold on very securely. There we go. Pop this up. Just get that up and out of the way. And once you've done that, you want to take this panel here, untab it, and shift it up. Like so. And then just shift all of this up so it's sitting right up there like that. You can take the shoulder pad and just angle that up, and there you have that arm all done. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. Once you have that done, you're going to take these side sections here and just bring them out. You want to unpeg this section here and bring that up. That will free up the shoulders. And you're just going to take this entire shoulder assembly here and just rock it up and in. This will do it a little too secure. There we go. Bring that up and in. So now we'll do some work on the legs. You want to take the heel, bring it down, rotate it, and collapse that in. You want to take this section here, just bring it up, goes onto that post there. So just take that, bring that off to the side. You can take this little panel here, just tab into that, and bring that off to the side. And then you just want to take this entire assembly here, just kind of push it in because it tabs in right there, and then free it up. This little panel here you can close up and just bring all this out to the side. Okay, so now we'll do some work on the legs. So you want to take the heel, bring it down, rotate it, and just collapse that in. You have this section right here that tabs into the side, so just free that up. Then you want to come here, lift this section up. See, it goes onto a post right here. Just swing that off to the side. You can take this and swing that off to the side as well. Once you've done that, you can kind of take this section here, just kind of push it in because it tabs in right there onto the side. So just kind of push it in and up a little bit and free that up. This panel here will close, and then you can take all this and bring that off to the side. Once that's done, you have this little release lever right here. You want to undo that and then take this lower part of the shin and shift it upward like so, and then this will peg in right there to lock that in place. Once that's done, you want to straighten the foot out, rotate it, and then swing it underneath, and that will just tab into either side right there, so it's looking like that. And now for this section here, you want to open this up. We got a little thruster that we can flip out. Close that up. Open up this red panel here. We have another thruster that we can flip out and close that up. And then you can take this section here, just bring it up. There are posts and ports right underneath this panel here. Just line all that up and sit that right there, so it's sitting nice and flush. You have this little wingtip here. Flip that out and then just compress it to lock it into place. And then take all this and you can shift this forward like that. So this little panel right here, just take that, flip that in. This section right here, you want to take, rotate it, and flip that in like so. This section here is kind of tricky because you want to rotate it, then rotate it again, and bring it down. It's doable, but sometimes I can kind of trip you up a little bit. It's on a double hinge as well, so make sure you can press that hinge backwards. So it's sitting as flat in there as you can get it. Right there. So it should be looking like that. And once you've done all that, you just want to take the leg and rotate it in. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So once you've done that, what you want to do is you want to fold the leg up, and you have a post right here in the middle that's going to go into this port right here in his side. So just try to get all that out of the way. Make sure this leg is straight down. And it will peg in. Be mindful also of the little skirt piece here. So try to locate that and get it into place. Once you've done that, this little skirt piece does have a post that'll go into this port right here. So just line that up and try to get that popped in. Right in there. So it's looking like that. And this section here has a little tab that'll go into a slot right there. It'll pretty much locate itself once you have everything in place. So it's looking like that. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So now that you've done that, you want to make sure that these shoulder pieces are just kind of in as much as you can get them. You can bring the arms out a couple clicks just so you have the clearance. You want this little panel here, unfold it, and these will plug in right up here. So if you have everything lined up, and bring these red pieces back as well. Just bring all that up. And it should just drop right in, and fold these up the rest of the way. Bring those up, and you got the shoulders there locked into place. Now I don't think you'll be able to see it, but there is a tab slot connection that happens right in here. There's a tab on the foot that's going to go into a slot in the forearm here. So just bring that in and locate it, and it should just drop in just like that, and everything should sit like so. And again, you can do that on the other side. Line that up. Again, you are kind of doing this kind of blind because you can't really see what's happening because there's just a lot of stuff in your way. So just do the best you can. There you go. Drop that in, and that should sit like that. So now you want to take this section here, you want to rotate it around. Again, try to be mindful of all the stuff that's in your way. And you want to take these sections, you do need to unclip them, because it makes it easier to rotate them around. Take these, rotate them around. Push that back so it unclips, just take it, rotate it around, and then you can kind of push it forward again and lock it into place. And just drop this down so it's sitting right there. Once you've done that, you can kind of just take these skirt pieces and just kind of rotate them in, and all of that will just sit there like that. So now we can start with all of this mess here. You want to take this back piece and just bring it up and just get that seated into place. These fins here, just unfold, unfold, rotate, rotate, and then they will tap together. And once you have everything lined up and tapped together, just give it a little push down, and it will just go into slots right there to locate that. Then you can take this panel here, just untab it, just bring that back for now. You can take these sections and just kind of bring these back for now. So now for the origami that is the wings, we want to untab the landing gear here. Just kind of free that up, bring this panel up, undo this panel, it tabs in to this tab right here, and undo this, free that up, and just kind of swing all of this out so we have room to work. So now, it's just going to be a mess of panels, we're just kind of moving around. So bring all of this around, swing all of this up and under, like so. This little panel here, you're going to straighten out, and then you're going to open this panel up right here. You have this panel here to unfold as well, and then you just start kind of connecting all of these, so just push them together. just a bunch of little sliders and tab slot connections. So just line everything up, tab it in, line it up, push it in, line it up, and push it in. Once you've done that, you can take all this and just rotate it to the back. You kind of just bring this up and over, just let that hang there for now. And you got that side all done, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So now we want to take all this here and unfold it. Gonna take this panel, take these panels, bring them down, and just connect all of that, like so. These little bits here, you want to angle these down. I think you're supposed to angle them down anyway. And we got that. You want to take the head, and the head will just tuck under, like that. Just tuck that underneath. These side panels here are going to untab, and these are not the easiest thing to get untabbed. You may need a tool to help you. There we go. There we go. So get all that together and bring that under, and they will come together and tap together underneath like that. Again, just get all this situated, get it locked in as best you can. Try to get all that sitting flush. There we go. So that's looking like that. So now there's going to be a lot happening here. So one thing you want to make sure the landing gears are down, and they're going to go kind of through this opening here. So make sure you have that going through both sides. There's a big double hinge going on here, so you want it to basically accordion this way. Bring this hinge back, bring this hinge forward. And you want this section kind of going into this bit here. So kind of feed that through. And then just kind of start laying all this down. And start getting stuff locked in. So you have posts and ports right here that's going to happen. So just kind of drop that down. Drop that down. So all that locks in right there. The wings have tab slot connections for them here. So just bring that down. Push that in, push that in. There's also a little post port connection that's going to happen right there. So let's line that up and push that down. And get all that lined up. And one thing you also have to note here is the landing gear has a tab that will go into a slot right there in the side of the thigh. So get that lined up, gonna pull that down and tab that in so it's looking like that in there. So once that's done, you want to bring this section up. You have a little tab under here that's going to go into this slot right here. So just get that in and line that up, and then just tab in the rest of the wing. Right here, the wingtip. Just get that lined up and popped in. So it's looking like that. Okay, so if you've survived that, that is how all of that should be looking. You can come to the underside here, you can take this little crotch panel and just untab it, just bring it in between his legs. So now you want to take these blasters here and just bring them back, like so. You can take this panel here, bring it up, and you're going to bring this down. And again, just start the task of kind of pushing everything back, bringing everything down. Again, there are tabs and slots there. It's a post port connection right here as well. So just get everything lined up and plugged in and pushed in as best you can on either side. Also, there's a tab slot connection and post port connection right here for the arms. This is totally a you can do it if you want to, but you don't really have to kind of situation. But you can kind of compress that if you want. So now to transform this section here, just flip in this post and we just start untabbing these sections here and bringing them out. Untab this, open this up, We need to also open up these sections here. Take this and bring it up and over. And that will just sit right there. Close all that up. Make sure this little tab goes over that lip, like so. Now you want to bring the landing gear down. You can then close this up. Be mindful of these little tabs and slots there that will hold that in place. Just put the one-sided. We want to leave this open. Then bring these two halves together. Tab that in. We want to take these sections here and undo them. So tab these sections here and shift them back. So right there. Undo that. And shift that back. There we go. So, and there you have the nose cone. Then you just want to bring this in. You have a tab slot connection that'll happen right there. So just bring in the one side and then just lock in the other side. Get all nice and frozen, and there you go. There you have Silverbolt in his alt mode. So now to get him into combined mode, first thing we need to do is open this up, remove that, put that off to the side. And you just want to start undoing these sections here of the wings. Kind of pop everything up. Pop everything up. Just kind of give this section here a pull so it can free up. And bring that back. You can flip that panel down. Do the same thing here. And now you want to just undo that, free that up, open this up, and fill this out, bring this up and over, tab that in, lock that all into place, like so. Then you can just bring this up and over, that'll tab in right there. You can bring the head out for now, just bring all this back. Then we're going to come here to the sides, just undo the little side wing bit here, and tab all this. At this point we're just freeing things up. So undo all that, do the same thing on the other side. And now we're just going to undo all of this. We're going to pop all this up, and essentially just free up this entire wing assembly here. Again, you got multiple connection points here. Undo landing gears, undo landing gears. Pop all that up, pop all of that up. So we're going to take this whole wing assembly, rotate it forward, and basically just start folding all of this back up. So first, just going to start wiggling things loose, undoing all this, undoing all this, undoing all of that. We have this panel here. We want to just kind of flip up, get this out of the way. We have this panel here. We want to flip in, flip this panel in. That will tab into itself right there. Bring this around, swing that over. This will tab in right here. You want to leave this section up. This will come up and over. Tab slot right there. And then bring this up and over. Tab slot will happen right there. Line that up. Tab that in. Just close that up. And then just tab the landing gear right in here. Like that. So after you've done both sides, this section here should just tab in. You want to bring these sections back. There is a tab that will go into this slot right here. And you have a tab that will go up into the wings here. So just line everything up as best you can. Tab that in and drop that down. Now for the tail section here, you just want to split this, rotate, fold all this up. This is what I do with it anyway. So I think it just compacts up a little bit better. Just fold it up that way, and then you take tail piece and it will come down, and then bring it up, and then it will come up and sit right there like that. So now what you're going to do is you're going to untab the arms and just rotate them up. And just try to get things out of your way as you do so. Same thing here. And you can just kind of bring these shoulder pads down so you have the clearance to take this entire assembly and rotate this 180. So now we're going to work on these sections here. So you want to close this up. You can close this back up too. You want to open this up and then open this up. You will need this for later. We can rotate this entire assembly around. And we want to take this panel here with the fist and open that up, and now we have the unenviable task of having to push this ratchet out. So you want to push it out from this side, and bear in mind this is very, 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 very tight. Actually, I'm sorry, you want to push it out from this side. You want to start from here and push it down, and again, it's very, very tight. So just get it out however you can. Okay, once you get that out, that's not easy, but once you get that out, you're going to take this fist. Now you have multiple joints to work with here. So you want to basically fold all these joints in, fold the hand in, and just kind of tuck it in, kind of like that, and push it through. And it should just kind of straighten itself out. Now open that up just so you have the room to operate there. And basically, you just kind of want to end up flattening this out when it's inside. And the hand should basically like kind of end up sitting straight up in there. Kind of like that. So now what you want to do here is you want to bring this assembly back. You do have a post in here you need to flip up. You may need a tool. So just flip up this post in here. You also have a panel in here that you want to flip out as well. We do need to open this back up because we need to now take this little tab that's on the shoulder pad, bring that down, and that is going to seat itself right there. So just take that and lock that in. So it's looking like that. Then you can close this back up. So now you can close this back up. There are posts and ports on either side. Line that up and just push it in. And this little panel here will just tab into the side of the elbow. So if it's lined up, that should just drop right in like so. And then you have this post that will go into the port right there on the hip. So line that up and just push that in. Then you can take this and bring that up, and you can just open these side panels up to reveal a little bit of detail there. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So now you want to take this section here, take these square pieces, just bring them out, fold them out. You want to slide them all the way up. Make sure they click into place to lock them in, like so. You just kind of bring them in on the double hinge. So now we need to rotate the waist back around because we need the clearance here to open this up. You also want to take the feet and bring them out, rotate them, and just tuck the toes in now. Bring the toes out. Rotate them, and just tuck the toes in. Start sitting like that, and if you need to, you can just get those little posts back into place, kind of line everything up, get that pick back in the way it was. So now what you're going to do is you're going to push the combine mode head out. You can kind of see it right back there. You can push it out from the back, and you just kind of give it a push, and also just kind of pop out, and we'll head up and out. At that point now you can just close this back up, turn this waist back around, and now you want to get the crotch plate, just bring it up, and you have two posts, two ports right here. Just line it up and pop that into place, and we got that set. So now you want to take the head, you want to slide it up so you can straighten it out. Take this panel here and close that up. So you have this panel here. It's going to come up and over. There are two tabs here. So you're going to just kind of drop it down and then just give it a little slide back. And that should just lock it in place right there, like so. And once you've done that, you can just open up the sides here and flip out his horns. Up, and flip out his horns. Close that up. And we got that situated. So now to work on these sections here, you got to take this part of the wing and untab it and just collapse it back up. You want to take this, flip that out. You want to bring this out, rotate it, and bring it down. It will tab into the side of this panel here. Just line that up and tab it in. This you just want to pull out and just rotate it, and then rotate again, and bring that down. And last thing you want to do is you want to open this panel up and just flip this thruster in. And you just want to take this wing tip here, just pull that out and flip that in. Take this panel here and bring that up, and that is ready to go. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. And once that is done, you take two halves, just bring them together. And I like to start with this section first and just get that clipped together, because otherwise it's difficult. There we go. And then the rest of this will just kind of basically hook tab into each other. Like this half is going to tab over this half. So it's just a case of getting everything lined up and pushed together. And also there's going to be posts and ports that's going to go in right there at those points there. So it's sitting like that. And trying to get everything as together as you can. This part is not the easiest. Make sure that these bits sit behind these like that. And try to get that all pushed together. Try to get this clipped together. And this I've never been able to get like totally straightened out because it's just not easy to get those clipped, but get it as together as you can. And there you go. There you have the chest. So we're at the home stretch here. Take this entire backpack assembly, rotate it 180. Silverbolt's head will just kind of tuck in right here. We have these posts here that we need to flip out. And these posts will plug in at these 2 points right here. We have some other posts that will plug in at points right here as well. So just get everything lined up and situated and plugged in both sides. Again, just get everything lined up. Again, this can take a bit of doing, but it's doable. Get that all situated so it is looking. Whoop. Get that all locked in like that. And the last thing you want to do is just kind of raise this up. You want to use whatever tool, probably a screwdriver would be best. Just kind of get up in here so you can pry up this combiner port, and that's the last thing you have to do. And there you have Silverbolt in combined mode. And now to get him back into robot mode, see to start unclipping stuff, doing all this, bring that out, this panel right here, we can flip down, get that out of the way, flip that down, get that out of the way, we can open this up, flip down this thruster, open this panel up, and flip down this thruster, and we'll just leave those there for now. Undo the backpack and just bring all of that down. We can open up these side panels here, flip in the horns, open that up, flip in the horns, just undo this panel, free it up. You want to take this panel, bring that up and over his head, tilt the head back, and then slide it down. So it's sitting like that. You can just kind of bring that down. And now you want to take the crotch plate here, just undo that, and drop it down. We want to take this waist assembly. You can get the feet up out of the way first. Get those feet up and out of the way. And take this assembly here and rotate it 180. And now we're going to open up the belly here. And we're going to take the head and feed it through. You just want to push it in. There we go. Let's get that pushed in, and then that hinge there will just collapse all in like so. And then you can just close that right back up. You can take the crotch panel here and just close that back up. We can undo these skirt pieces here from the legs. Undo that, and then we can proceed to just straighten the legs out, and we can get those all transformed up. So get those legs straightened out and rotate them. You want to undo, so locking panel right here, bring that up, and then push this panel back into place here. Like that. Close that back up. And just want to take the foot here. You will need a tool for this. You want to get his heel out. There we go. Just bring it out halfway, rotate it, and bring it back. Just make sure everything is sitting right. It is not. There we go. Get that foot nice and flat. And we got that done. So what you're going to do with all this is just swing it around to the back. And you want to open this panel up here, and you're basically just kind of slide this in and push it down at the same time, because there's a tab up here also you have to get into place. So once you get that in place, all that will just sit right there. You can bring this panel down, and it's a little post-port connection for it. Then you bring this down over it, and it will slide onto a post right here. Slide it up and get that into place like so. Then you want to take this little wing section here, just unpeg it, rotate it in, and it will just tab in right here. Just line that up and tab it in like so. And there you have legs all done. You can take the backpack, just rotate it 180, just drop it down, just let it hang there for now while we work on the arms. So at this point, you take the arms, rotate them down like so. Undo this panel here, just bring that down, fold that back up, and then you can just take shoulder sections here and just drop them down, like that, and drop it down. Then you can take this panel and get that in place, and that will lock that in like so. And now we can get these arms situated. So you take this and just close that up. We can swing that down for now. We can undo this right here, flip that post in. I'm going to come in here and undo that little panel there, so we can undo all this, get that out of the way. We can open this up. We can undo the shoulder pad here. Kind of give it a little wiggle. There we go. Just undo that. Just kind of get that up and out of your way. You can flip this back in, get that out of the way. Now you want to take the hand and just get it out. Just extend all that out for now. We can now open this up and open this up. And take this and flip this combiner peg back in. Again, this is really tight. Just do it however you can. So once you get that peg flipped back in, you can close all of this back up. Just make sure all these hinges there, sitting in the right spot. There's little notches that the panel's hand is on, sits in like so. You can close this up. We'll close all this up as well. And bring this down. Again, you have posts and ports here on either side. Collapse this down as well. It just did it for me as I was trying to get this in place, but get all that. Lock back up, so it's looking like that. Rotate the arm around so your elbow's in the right place. And then just get this through. Make sure you push the fist up. Bring that to the back. Again, just get that hand straightened out, rotated, and there you have that arm all done. And second verse is just like the first. So now, take this section, rotate it around, these bits here, lock them. You want to bring them down, rotate them, and slide them all the way, again, so they click into place. And bring it down, rotate it, so it's sitting like that. So this will end up plugging in right here, right on these two posts on either side. So line that up and just push that in, get that all nice and secured. You want to take this and just flip it up and under. Again, just kind of do what you want really with those sections there. And then you just want to bring all of this up and over, and it will tab in right up top here and lock all that into place. And the last thing you want to do is take the head, bring it down, and tab it into place. And to get this section transformed into its weapon mode, just come back here, split this, split all this as well. You may need a tool to kind of help you. Just kind of pop these panels open. There we go. And you need to pop these little side bits as well. Again, just kind of get in there. Let's get them pried apart. There we go. There we go. Undo that. You want to take this little nose bit, take this and rotate it all the way to the back. Make sure you bring the landing gear up. You can close this back section up. These panels are going to come back. It's going to be a tab slot connection. That happens right there. So just tab that in, back that up, tab that in. These sections are going to shift forward, and tab slot connection right there. Tab slot connection right there. Get that in place. And you have a post here to flip down. And there you have the nose cone section in its weapon mode. And there you have Silverbolt back in robot mode.